What up? This is Rap S. And so the driver in the Tory Lanez case has came out, and apparently he has submitted affidavit to the courts talking about what really happened that day. He finally speaking out. He's saying that the DA basically was keeping him from speaking out. They wouldn't let him be involved in that trial. But now that it's over, he's reaching out and explaining his side of the story. This is the side of the story that they didn't want us to hear, I guess, because he's saying that basically Megan and Tory were going at it with each other, and it turned bad because Tory would, well, it was Megan and Kelsey going at it with each other, and then Tory got involved by trying to kind of break it up, it sounded like. And it came out that Tory, was dealing with both of them basically, and they was going at it. Megan and Kelsey was going at it with each other until it got to the point where, the whoops got pulled out. And the bodyguard, the driver, it sounded like he was saying it was Kelsey that pulled the whoop out, and Tory had tried to get it away from her. So if that's the case, it's not real clear how that thing went off, how the whoop went off, but maybe it was during the struggle. And Megan got so pissed that, she just took it all out on Tory. It sounds like, this is, if she wasn't 100% sure it was Tory, maybe he didn't do that on purpose. Maybe it was during the struggle. If what this driver is saying is correct, and it sounds very believable. It really does. This makes sense, because it's like, I would think Megan would think like, okay, Tory probably didn't just do that, right? You would think that there was more to the story. Anyone with common sense would kind of think that there's more to the story than just Tory wilding out like that, talking about dance and stuff. So this story to me sounds more accurate. They was going at it back, and then is Megan still disgruntled because it turned out he was messing with both of them? Like, it sounded like it was a situation, it was an argument about that, and it got real bad. Is this like she's just so angry at Tory now, Megan, or something, or like what's going on? Because I just really think this is like vengeful then, because if what this dude is saying is taken into consideration into the court, you would almost have to look at this whole situation different. It makes you kind of like and look at it different, because I was always waiting for something that made sense with this story, and now I really feel like this side of the story makes sense. And why would the DA try to keep that from being involved with the with the court, with the trial? So, in my opinion, I believe Tory Lanez should have probably spoke out. If he knows the truth, and tell your side of the story. What is all this like? The legal advice is to just not say nothing. Sometimes they try to act like, nah, don't go to trial. Don't go up there. It's gonna just hurt. But if you really didn't do nothing, I would like have to say something. It's like you'd be negligent to not say nothing. If Tory had that same story, unless this driver just making this up, but there's with him saying that the DA had kept him from saying this in the first place, it really adds credibility to his statement. So I would really like to say that they should probably review this case. The same thing happened with C. Miller. His case, it sounded like new evidence came out. They don't always like to look at the new evidence. So with Tory Lanez, he really should have spoke up, in my opinion, when the case was going on. This is not legal advice or nothing, but look, forget what the lawyer said. I think at that point, if you didn't do it, say your side of the story so that it's out there on record what happened that day. And then I guess he was worried about people saying he was paying the lawyer, so he basically he wanted it to look like he didn't tell on nobody, I guess, or something. But if somebody's trying to frame you, you got to speak up, bro, for real. You got to speak up at that point. You don't have to, but you shouldn't just stick to the whatever you're trying to stick to. Whatever reasoning you have to not speak up at that point, that's your decision. But it would have looked good if you would have probably explained what happened, because nobody really seemed to just give their explanations but the people that was trying to get you locked up. So if there was a whole nother side to the story, and it was kind of coming out when Kelsey, it sounded like she was pleading the fifth, and she didn't really want to talk about certain things. It sounded like there was some things in the story at the testimony that came out that kind of implied that Kelsey might have been partly involved more than what it looks like. So I remember there were some turns in the case where it looked like this information kind of it's validated now, because it kind of was gearing towards what we're just hearing right now. So if that's the case, I mean, they probably, I guess the investigation's over. We'll have to see how the outcome comes, but it looks like Tory Lanez is asking for them to dismiss his 10-year sentence now. So what you're saying, like Tory Lanez is saying, like basically, oh look, so this dude's coming out and telling the truth, so let me out. Why didn't you tell the truth? Like I said, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, he should have just told the truth then, if that's the case, because this might not work. And then what if they're thinking like you paid him to say that or something somehow? That's the other thing. How do they know for sure? Well, they have to look into it, I guess, if you can get someone to actually prove what's being said. But really, I mean, there's all types of variables here. So anyways, look, this has been Rap Hits. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm out of here.